it was good. So, little getaway before, everybody starts showing up. We're getting quite a few to start showing up, yes, which is good. Right. Yep. It wasn't. No, I didn't put it in. No, we're not doing it. I want just you. The only reason I want to do this maybe we should is because maybe it's something we share with you. So say, hey, this is just this is what we're doing. Expectations. Nothing official yet. This just I don't know. I wonder if there's a video. Whether that's what we do or not. Right.
6 o'clock, David. Let's roll.
That's right.
Call the meeting to order. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I'll read the mission statement for the district. In partnership with the communities, the mission of the district, Dilworth and Linden Felton School District, is to educate individuals in an environment of trust and respect so they become self-directed, responsible, lifelong learners. All right, a roll call. We have, looks like we've got everyone here for the board. Mr. Hunstead, of course, Brooke, and John is here too. So. All right, number 4, agenda. Do we have any changes?
No changes to the agenda.
Do I have a motion to adopt the agenda?
So moved.
Motion by Lindsay. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Nicole. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. All right, on to number 5, public comments and rebel recognition. I don't think we have any public comments today, so we'll go on to rebel recognition.
Just that fall activities have started, and I know it's been very busy around here. That's good. Katie is really happy with all the numbers and all the activities. And so we've had to order some more equipment because of the number of kids we have in 7th grade. I know in football anyway, she called me, so said it's a good problem to have, so that's nice to hear. So just kudos to all those coaches and players and families that are getting going with fall activities. And then we've had quite a few staff kind of roaming through kind of here and there and everywhere, getting rooms ready, and a lot of new staff, obviously. And so we have new staff orientation on Wednesday, so they'll all be in to kind of go through a whole bunch of stuff. So.
And it's coming up.
Yep.
And a successful fish fundraiser?
Yes, oh yeah, for sure.
For all that came there, so we had about 800 people show up for it, so a little less than expected, but the weather didn't cooperate as well as we'd like, but by all means, it was still good though.
Did the person that won the boat just drive it out? Because it was the parking lot when I left. What's this thing? Did he?
Who won the book?
Brian DeVries.
Perfect.
That's awesome.
Something like that.
Yeah.
And the fishing team on the finals, they ended up taking 3rd overall amongst all the schools in the Midwest of Minnesota, so they did a nice job.
Great. Any other rebel recognition? All right, we'll go on to number 6.1, technology report. John, come on.
Another busy spring summer with the crew, and we planned 34 projects. We completed 30. I'm not going to bore this group with the logistics of 30 projects, but I'm going to speak on 4 that are more probably public facing. Before I get into the weeds, I just want to take a second to just give a public thank you to Brand, Ryan, and Mark. Those guys are in the classrooms every day. I drive them nuts with project details, and it's from May 1 to October 1. We probably have every date mapped out on what we're doing, and that's the reason we're in a good spot right now. A lot of it's because of those guys. They're in the classrooms, and the staff and students show up tomorrow. We'd be ready for it. It'd be organized chaos like it normally is, but we'd be ready. So, first project that is, in my opinion, relevant. It deals with cybersecurity. use it, but it gets in the weeds of who our local law enforcement is, where there's a breach, who's our attorney, who's our insurance, what are the necessary apps, web services that we deem critical, and what ones are we gonna acknowledge saying, yeah, it's important, but yet these are the priorities so that when staff and students come back, we can be up and running as soon as possible. I feel good about those processes, but I still think there's a disconnect a lot of times with staff, students, even, other people that may not know the details. If there's a breach, it's not a, hey, we're gonna be down for a day or two, we're gonna feel some pain, for a period of time, trying to educate staff. This is just not an IT thing, this is an us thing, because we are trying to have current processes that protect our students, protect our staff, protect our district. In my opinion, it's an the other thing we got going on is our staff are getting new devices this year. The bulk of them are running on the Chrome OS platform. Morehead Schools has had it for a while. Alexandria Schools has been doing it for a while. Perham Schools has been doing it for a while. That's going to be a change for our staff. They're used to the Windows platform. Chrome OS is more secure. Never has had a ransomware breach, ever. But part of that is by their design. They have content that's encrypted natively. They have what's called app sandboxing. So if there's a breach, it just affects that part of the app, not the entire system. So like the CrowdStrike Microsoft breach that a lot of people heard about this summer, if that was an app sandbox, a lot of industries wouldn't have felt the pain that they did, because once that breach happened, it kind of took over. It wasn't a breach, it was a software driver that took over those Microsoft operating systems. But the product that does that is to reduce the cybersecurity breach. So the Chrome OS is just a simple, more secure, more cost-effective platform. But those devices were given based off curriculum needs, so not everyone's going to have them. Some are still going to have the Windows platform, a few of us are going to have the laptops. But we've told staff they can have their Windows laptop device until January 1. As we learn this year what works, what doesn't. We did a pilot for most of last year. So that's going to be a joint effort from each other. AI. AI is a beast. It grows and changes quickly. And this summer we had some AI training with an individual, William Grew, in partnership with Lakes Country Service Co-op. That was for the leadership team. My opinion, it went well. It was some concrete examples of what principals, directors, people in leadership roles could use AI to save time. Ryan and I are working on PD content for our staff. So when they come in next week, they've had some PD exposure before, but this is an ongoing topic. Different examples for secondary staff, elementary staff, middle school staff. We're really trying to focus on examples of where they can save time, enhance the lesson for themselves or for their students. Leave it at that, because what we learned today, it's probably going to look different a year from now. So we're just trying to stay current. Last but not least, telephones. We have new telephones for the system, or for the district. So we had a phone called ShoreTel, MyTel, pretty popular solution from 10 years ago. That company has changed their pricing model and is essentially getting out of the K-12 market space. So when our time came this summer to renew the software license agreement, we evaluated some different solutions. Chose 3CX, which is utilized in a lot of schools in the Midwest. We've tested the department work queues, we've tested intercoms, we've tested paging, we've tested 911. But we'll have some training opportunities for staff, saying you still have a classroom phone, but you still have access to a mobile app, or if you want to use a soft phone through you can do it through your laptop or through a device. So just changing partners. So that is all I have for this week.
Question with your IRP, so are you planning on running like a tabletop exercise or something like that, just to help train folks, like a simulated event or something along those lines?
As far as like a security breach?
Yeah.
No, but it is going to be a topic of discussion for all staff. It'll come from me in the beginning. just awareness of what we can do together. Our email phishing campaigns is what we have been doing, and we'll continue to do that. But I think there's value for staff to hear this on a recurrent basis. This is a gotcha. But when we have reduced overall our phishing campaign attacks, it has reduced from like 10% the first year down to 6%. That's awesome. Kudos. I love that. However, you can't get complacent on that because the email phishing campaigns have become so complex. We are turning up the ratchet and trying to make it as realistic as possible. We share that with staff. To go as far as during the holidays, we'll have a holiday, phishing campaign. We'll do emails. I'll say it's from Joe, from Katie, from activities directors. We're trying to make it as realistic as possible. Again, not as a gotcha, but when we have some monitoring tools that show the number of phishing attempts on DGF networks, it's staggering. I mean, it's like 80 to 100 a week on it. And it takes one breach, and we're going to feel some pain. So I'm going to share some of those stats with staff next week. But more importantly, trying to reinforce that this is an us thing. There isn't one program, one app that does security. It's multiple layers.
Insurance, we do have cyber insurance, right?
We upped it this year because it's just, yeah, John and I talked a long time about it. We met with Casey Hall on our insurance, and he just kind of said, here's what's happening out there. Here's the ransom dollars that are getting requested, and here's the costs, and we bumped that up, and I don't know, I mean, it's more, it's enough, I don't know.
It's happening so frequently. The state has issued as like $23.5 million towards cybersecurity. It sounds like a lot, but it's not. It's pennies on the dollar, in my opinion, but it's a start. But also, starting December 1, K-12 schools, cities, counties, there's a statute that says you get breached, you have to legally report it. Here's how you report it in this time frame, in this manner. The reason they're doing that is because the frequency of breaches are happening. They're just simply higher, but people are trying to sweep it under the rug and try to avoid it. And they're like, no.
The public entity, we gotta tell our public that.
When you say that you have some of the stuff in place, like this is our law enforcement, this is our insurance, are you embedding that in the emergency operations plan too? So that if something were to happen and you had to relocate or something, all that information is in one usable document?
No.
Sorry. I personally haven't thought about that. I really have been focusing on the incident response plan from the cyber side, and I'm following the CIS framework. So when I look at what they recommend, and even like schools in Metro, there's 60 to 80 pages of documents. They're a beast. I condense them down to like a 12-page response to add priority, legal, law enforcement contact, stuff like that. Not saying we can't incorporate it, but I'm
Typically, just from my emergency management background, I would say that would just be an addendum to it so that it would be accessible to that same information, so all the parties are privy to the same information and know what the plan is.
It's a good
That's just
suggestion.
my thought.
No, I think it's a good suggestion. Just really honest.
Yeah, no.
Haven't thought about it until you brought it up, so it's a fair
I
question.
just made notes of it because we have a health and safety committee meeting next week. No, that's next week, right? It's not this week, next week. I'll add it, so we can at least have the discussion, because that's where we build the other emergency plans, like, okay, what is this, like, how could that fit in here? It's a good point.
The addendum, probably simple to do, and as the CIS changes different things from the digital piece, great, change it. It doesn't mean it's one's trumping over the other, it just, it's all.
Well, the EOP should really be looked at, I mean, yearly, so
Yeah.
it's okay to.
It'd be easy to put in, I think, once it's established what it is, it's page 10 instead of 9, right? I don't know, or whatever, it looks like, just so it's, yeah, page 100.
EOPs are a lot short.
Well, good question, good suggestion.
Any other questions for John?
I just want to reiterate what he said about his guys this summer. They were cooking in both places, they were knocking out dough at first, and they just spent a lot of time and a lot of work, and I just really appreciate your team and your leadership with that. There was a lot going on, so, thank you.
Thanks, John.
Thanks, John. Thank you, John.
All right, we'll go on to 6.2, board committee reports, and we don't have anything reported at the last board meeting. to 6.3, superintendent report.
Yeah, we have a long agenda, so I just have a few things. Back to school workshop. It just starts next week. I did mention already that this week, Wednesday, is the new teacher workshop, so that'll be this Wednesday. But everything else kicks off next Monday through Wednesday. We have open house. I guess that's the next thing on the agenda, sorry. What else did I have? School workshops next week. Pictures. That she just said pictures. Perfect. For the school board members. Next Monday, get all dressed up, and between 7:30 and 8:30, they'll be right here in the fort, so they can get a beautiful picture of you.
Is this like a student picture night too?
Well, that's for staff that day.
Okay.
So you guys are staff, so it'd be perfect if you could come in during that time and get your updated. Yep. If you liked last year's, you could probably work out a deal on last year's, but even if you don't have a whole lot of meetings probably coming up, you should probably still, don't you think? Like
You're
if
just
somebody-
harassing us that I've only done it once in
hey.
8 years. Just so you're old.
Just
take
saying, it's a
pictures.
suggestion, yeah. I really like the one from 6 years ago. Can you just keep using it? I used my Lancaster picture when I came here right because I liked it better. AK, my wife did. Yeah, I had long hair, I had full head. Anyway, so just for you guys, for board pictures, if you can be here Monday morning, 7:30 to 8:30, there's kind of a window there for you. Next thing is back to school night. That is Tuesday for middle school, high school next week, and Wednesday is for elementary. So
What are the times for the open houses?
that is a great question.
Middle schools, they have like presentations at what, 5:30 and
That's something
6:30?
like that.
And then elementary, I think is 4:30 and 5:30.
Yeah, they sent out information to everybody, and I saw it, but my kids have graduated, so I'm kidding. Oh, wait, listen. Shoot, I'm sorry, I don't have the times. Sorry about it.
I have an email.
Okay. So yeah, just in the next couple weeks, just a lot going on, I guess, and new staff is coming in, like I said earlier too. They're just excited to be here and get their room set up, so it's been good. Last thing I have on here is enrollment. That's been changing by the hour today. This is a safe statement. The last one is 15:55. This morning it was 15:51. We got 4 more, yeah, and then I think we even have more that we're waiting to come in. So kindergarten numbers, 91. So milestone, we got over the 90s, now we need to get over 100. So slowly but surely, right? But,
See, we
yeah.
told you it was all gonna work out.
It's all gonna be fine. Silly me. Anyway, so, yeah, so overall enrollment again, 1555, that's a positive number. We did a budget of 1535, so we can make some adjustments there if we, but until it all kicks off and gets started, it's still one of those things we're gonna wait and make sure, so. When that first week of school, sometimes we go, oh shoot, I forgot to tell you we moved. You know, you get some of that first week, so until that all happens, these are great though, and it's nice to see that it's moving up and we have more people enrolling, so. It's good news. Questions for me?
On that 91 on kindergarten,
Yeah.
how many rooms are we going with still? Still planning for 5 or?
We have 5, yep. When we get to 100, we are gonna add another one. It was, well, we'll see how this is all happening, but that was a discussion we had, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, good question.
Any other questions? All right, we'll move on to 7.1. This is a motion to approve regular meeting minutes of August 5th, 2024. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Motion by Amy. Do I have a second? Second by Laura. Any questions or discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. On to number 8, consent agenda. This is to approve the bills for August 2024, the amount of
$378,254.28.
treasurer's monthly budget report. Approve that. It's in your packet. Then to approve the resignations of Mary Ferguson, paraprofessional, effective the end of the 2023-2024 school year. Approve the resignation of Savannah Murch, paraprofessional, effective the end of the 2023-2024 school year. And approve the resignation of Amanda Brooks, paraprofessional, effective the end of the 2023-2024 school year. And approve the resignation of Kurt Schrader, custodian, effective August 30th, 2024. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Motion by Nicole, do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Micah. Any questions or discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Same sign, motion carries. On to 9.1, this is to approve motion approve the DGF elementary, DGF middle school, DGF high school, coaches, early childhood, and employee handbooks. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Motion by Lindsay, do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Nicole. Any questions or discussion?
There was like clerical errors, that sort of thing, should I just Brooke
Sure.
on those?
Yep, for sure.
I have just a quick question on, I write some notes. And it was about the activities handbook, it said that students had to be there for a full day. But then in the middle school and high school, I believe it said they had to be there a half day.
Look at it, I did read in the high school handbook and that, and then it had to be excused, or they had to have a note.
It was like if they had a dental.
It was changed to at least half a day.
Is that in the activities?
What is the full day on both?
It said a full day in middle school and in high school.
And if you were excused if you had a doctor's note?
It's not organized. She's not listed, she's listed.
It's, page 7. But I mean, I guess just so.
We need to make sure they're consistent, yes.
And it's the athletes or whatever activity, they have to be in school for a full day unless they have an excuse.
Rearranged it, yeah. Yeah.
Okay, and they have to be at school the entire day, the next day if there is an evening. meeting
Following
or
the activity. Again, same thing, unless there was something prearranged, if they had an appointment or had something scheduled the following day.
Okay.
I'd have to go back and look, Laura, I'm sorry.
Oh, that's okay. Just,
Yeah, well, we can double check that if you wanna wait, you guys, and you wanna table this, or do you wanna, I'm good either way. Our next board meeting is in school, school would have started, but
well, I mean, I think as long as
we can clarify, we can get that so it's
Yeah,
consistent, yeah.
I think as long as it's consistent.
Yeah.
consistent, yeah, and I can like put the pages, numbers when I email you the.
Yep,
Yep, we
we
understand what the intent is.
we'll double check it, yeah. Yep. Okay.
Any other questions?
I already emailed Brooke.
Very good. Any other questions or discussion? All right, all those in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed? Same sign. Motion carries. On to 9.2. This is motion to approve a resolution related to the election of school board members and calling the school district general election. So I'll just have read the resolution.
Right, right.
Go ahead.
Whereas the Minnesota State High School Foundation was formed to provide.
That's,
Oh, sorry, it's the other resolution. It's the-
Resolution, school board members. Okay. Be it resolved by the School Board of Independent School District number 2164 as follows. It is necessary for the school district to hold its general election for the purpose of electing 4 school board members for terms of 4 years. The following individuals have filed affidavits of candidacy for said election during this period established for filing such affidavit. Matt Ahonen, Angela Olson, Brittany Keel, Troy Kind, combined general election is hereby called and directed to be held on Tuesday, the 5th of November, 2024, between the hours of 7 a.m. and 8 p.m. in all precincts except the townships of Morgan and Spring Prairie. They have established hours from 10 o'clock a.m. to 8 p.m. and in conjunction with other statewide elections. Pursuant to Minnesota Statute Section 205A11, the school district's voting precincts and polling places for school elections held on the day of a combined statewide election will be those precincts established and designated by the city and township clerks of which the school district is located and on file in the office of the superintendent are hereby designated for said general election. The clerk is hereby authorized and directed to cause written notice of said combined general election to be provided to the county auditor of each county in which the school district is located, in whole or in part, at least 45 days before the date of said election. The notice shall include the date of said election and the office or offices to be voted on at said election. The clerk is hereby authorized and directed to cause notice of said combined general election to be posted at the administrative offices of the school district and in each polling place at least 10 days before the date of said election. The clerk is hereby authorized and directed to cause a sample ballot to be posted at the administrative offices of the school district at least 4 days before the date of said combined general election and to cause a sample ballot to be posted in each polling place on election day. The sample ballot shall not be printed on the same colored paper as the official ballot. The clerk is hereby authorized and directed to cause notice of said combined general election to be published in the official newspaper of the district for 2 consecutive weeks, with the last publication being at least 1 week before the date of said election. The notice of combined general election so posted and published shall state the offices to be filled and shall include information concerning each established precinct and polling place. The clerk is authorized and directed to secure all necessary optical scan materials and equipment necessary to properly conduct this combined general election according to Minnesota statutes. The clerk is further authorized and directed to provide accurate information to the county auditor for the preparation of optical scan ballots for this combined general election. The state of individuals as designated by resolution of the city councils and township clerks and on file in the office of the superintendent, each of whom is qualified to serve as an election judge, are hereby appointed as judges of the combined general election to act as such at the respective polling places and for the respective precincts. The election judges shall act as clerks of election, count the ballots cast and submit them to the school board for canvass in the manner provided for other combined general elections.
Do I have a motion? Motion by Lindsay, do I have a second? Second by Laura.
That was Amy.
Oh, Amy. Really?
That was Amy.
My ears are-
It's like, gosh.
Usually I get these wrong. I get the right side. All right, thank you. This is a resolution, so we'll do it individually. Brittany? Nicole?
Aye.
Laura? David, aye.
Aye.
Amy?
Aye.
Micah? Resolution passes. On to 9.3, this is to approve the certified contract for Isaac Norski, middle school teacher, BA +10, step 4, effective the start of the 2024-2025 school year. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Motion by Lindsay. Do I have a second? Second by Nicole. Any questions or discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. On to 9.4. This is a motion to approve the list of fundraisers to date. Do I have a motion? Motion by Micah. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Amy. Any questions or discussion? Your packet.
Exactly, it's the Seeds of Hope fundraiser. That's the canned goods.
Any other questions or discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. On to 9.5. This is to approve first reading of the following policies. 411, donation of employee leave. 503, student attendance. Do I have a motion? Motion by Laura, do I have a second? Second by Micah. Any questions or discussion?
I did email Shannon, I know we talked about this, I emailed Amy and Micah too for the policy committee. I had someone reach out with the student attendance portion of, I mean, I think admin sent it out with their back to school handbook and stuff. And it was the,
Full version?
well, no, the 3 days, if you're ill for 3 days, you have to have a doctor's note or it's counted unexcused.
Yeah.
So a parent had reached out concerned with that, and so I just wanted to bring that up, and I could see where that could become an issue because a lot of people don't bring their kid to the doctor after 3 days. And I think it might be a cost issue for some families, and I think people, well, that person was just curious if what would an unexcused absence do for their child if they didn't go to the doctor?
Well, trigger truancy.
Well, not one, but 3 would.
3,
Yeah.
3 days.
I think that would be one we would have to investigate. And I think one of the things after reading what I read through, and yes, we got them right now with the policy and the
Yeah, they
handbook.
line up.
That was great. And after you pointed that out to me, I went, okay, that should probably say may require, because that's what we have in all of our other,
Yeah.
anytime for an employee, a student, the administration may request. Because that creates a conversation. Okay, I'm gonna call Nicole, hey, your son's been gone, is everything okay? I mean, because that's what we want, right? We want communication. Oh, yeah, he's been sick. Okay, you brought him in, you know, I mean, it creates dialogue, and that's what we want.
I think the intent is good because we want
It
kids
is,
at school,
yeah.
of course, and we don't want kids gone for reasons that they don't need to be gone. But I think it might just create some worry or, I mean, I think it might cause people to send their kids to school sick because they don't want to bring them to the doctor after 3 days, because they don't want to pay for it, or just some thoughts that I was thinking of after I read it, but.
I think, well, I can tell you, I know that there's those communications already with families that happen. When we start to get extended time, it's like our secretaries are reaching out, a principal, our assistant principal may be reaching out, teachers reach out. So I'm hoping that that is remedied there, but it's something for sure that we need to watch and make sure that we're taking care of and communicating. Policy is fine, and we need to have it, and that's where the we might need to.
It'd be a difference between may and shall. Like statutorily, those are 2 trigger words that say we have the authority to ask for this
Yeah.
versus you must require this, because if we don't have a may and we have it more structured and we require for some families but not other families,
we're in
then we
trouble.
start getting into some favoritism and some legal issues, I think. So I think if we're not going to require it every single time and it's gonna prompt a conversation, then I do think it should have may versus the absence of may will be shall, so I think that needs to be a piece there. I mean, David might have a different opinion from the legal side.
Well, no, I mean, you know, it's a fair point. I mean, I think either way, you shouldn't show favoritism. Whether it's may or shall, you end up in the same spot, but,
I think what we should do, this is just my opinion, and you guys can tell me whatever, but I think we should table that one, because I want to look at that. And I want to change the terminology if it's that way. 'Cause let's do it right. What's that?
It is just the first reading, yeah.
Oh, this is just the first reading. Oh, perfect. Okay, then we're okay. Okay, so we can approve the first reading, and then I'll make that adjustment, or we'll have that conversation, because I don't like it
I
either.
thought it was the second reading tonight
Yeah, I
too,
did
so I
too.
was like, that's why I shot off an email
No.
quick, so.
We've been approving a lot of policies,
I know.
so I thought it was too. So, no, perfect. It's first reading, so we can make adjustment. Yeah. Okay, thank you.
any other questions or concerns? And all those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Consent motion carries. On to 9.6, this is the certified contract for Jackie Lawley, elementary teacher, MA Step 3, effective the start of the 2024-2025 school year. Do I I think I said that wrong. J.C. Lawley. Apologize for that. Do I have a motion?
So
Motion by Lindsay, do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Brittany. Any questions or discussion? All those in favor say aye. Opposed? Motion carries. 9.7, this is approved and non-certified contract for Don Hayes Food Service Class 1, Step 3, effective the start of the 2024-2025 school year. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Motion by Lindsay, do I have a second?
Second.
By Nicole. Amy, sorry. Get my ears, they're both bad on both sides. Any questions or discussion? All those in favor say aye. Opposed? Motion carries. On to 9.8. This is to approve a non-certified contract for Andrea Strayer, paraprofessional Class 2, Step 1, effective the start of the 2024-2025 school year. Do I have a motion? Motion by Laura. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Brittany. Any questions or discussion? All those in favor say aye. Opposed? Motion carries. On to 9.9. This is approve the non-certified contract for Magda Zeitz, paraprofessional Class 2, Step 4, effective the start of the 2024-2025 school year. Do I have a motion? Motion by Brittany. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Lindsay. Any questions or discussion? All those in favor say aye. Opposed? Motion carries. On to 9.10. This is to approve the non-certified contract for Daniel Selseth, custodian, Class 2, Step 7, effective August 19th, 2024. Do I have a motion? Motion by Laura. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Nicole. Any questions or discussion? All those in favor say aye. Opposed? Motion carries. On to 9.11. This is approved the non-certified contract for Hannah Lenhart, paraprofessional Class 2, Step 2, effective the start of the 2024-2025 school year. Do I have a motion? Motion by Mike. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Brittany. Any questions or discussion? All those in favor say aye. Opposed? Motion carries. On to 9.12. This is approved the non-certified contract for Amber Bora, paraprofessional Class 2, Step 7, effective the start of the 2024-2025 school year. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Motion by Lindsay. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Brittany. Any questions or discussion? All those in favor say aye. Opposed? Motion carries. On to 9.13. This is to approve the non-certified contract for Barry Morgan, custodian, Class 2, Step 1, effective August 19th, 2024. Do I have a motion? Motion by Micah. Do I have a second? Second by Nicole. Any questions or discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye. Opposed? Motion carries. All right, we're on to 9.14. This is to approve the application to the Minnesota State High School League Foundation for a NFHS AED Form B. Do I have a motion? Or do we need to read, do we need to read the resolution first? Probably so.
I'll read it. Whereas the Minnesota State High School League Foundation was formed to provide support for Minnesota's high school youth to participate in athletics and fine arts. Whereas the governing board of Dilworth Lindenfelden School recognizes the value of student participation in these activities. And whereas the MSHSL Foundation is offering grants and funding to assist schools to provide seminars, training opportunities, or support for specific school functions for student, faculty members, officials, and others who are involved in athletic and fine arts programs. Therefore, be it resolved that the governing board of the Lindenfelden School supports the school's application to the Minnesota State High School League Foundation for a NFHS AED Form B grant to provide the opportunity for member schools to receive an AED. Through this grant process, the school will be credited with receiving a partial Form B grant.
Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Motion by Lindsay. Amy. One of you guys needs to start not talking quite as loud.
I'll just be like Amy. I'll second it.
Lindsay will second. All right, we got a motion by Amy, second by Lindsay. Any questions or discussions on this? Sorry. What's an eight? Is this?
EED.
Defibrillator. Yep,
Okay.
yeah, I was thinking that. I was wondering the same thing. Any other questions or discussion? Hearing none, this is a resolution. So Micah? Motion carries. On to 9.15, this is to approve the non-certified contract for Tessa Sharpono for paraprofessional class 2, step 1, effective the start of the 2024-2025 school year. Do I have a motion? Motion by Nicole, do I have a second? Second by Laura. Any questions or discussion? All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Sign. Motion carries. 9.16, this is to approve the non-certified contract for Alyssa Nygaard, paraprofessional, class 2, step 1, effective the start of the 2024-2025 school year. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Motion by Brittany, do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Lindsay. Any questions or discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. Motion carries.
Shannon, are we fully staffed for Paris now, or close to?
We are close on paras, we're fully staffed for teachers. We have a personnel committee meeting after this. I still want us, we just met last week, but now we hired a bunch, so I gotta find out. Because we were too short here and one, but now we hired all these, so.
Gotta be close to Paris.
Yeah, because, so Brooke, with all of this that just happened, and the 7 paras we hired, is this still the number on our personnel committee?
We decreased it by 1. And those were all elementary
I
parents.
know, so high school is good, middle school was too short, but I think now they're 1. We're very close, I just know that. Elementary was too short, but I thought now that was made up by the ones we had today.
Right, and the school is short.
Couple too, yeah. We're very close. Yeah. I'm sorry, yeah, I know we had all this and then I started going.
I know, it
one
looks
second.
good when you.
And then our personnel committee, when this was written up, I'm going, okay, but I don't know if that, it's kind of like enrollment today. We had one, 1547, went to 51, now it's 55. And, oh, and we hired a para. So, we are very close, I know that, so.
Move on to 10.1, the next school board meeting will be Monday, September 9th, 2024 at 6 p.m. here in the DGF Community Room in Glendon. And following that will be the Facilities Transportation Committee meeting after the board meeting. On to number 11, this is to adjourn the regular meeting. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Motion by Nicole, do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Laura. All those, any questions or discussion? All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carried. Meeting is adjourned.
Good job, David.
That's all I gotta say. Thanks, Amy. I mean, thanks, Liz. I mean,
But you know, Lindsay's like loud, and then so you're like loud, and so then I'm thinking, well,